I'm Rebecca Rantley. If you are wondering who exactly I am, this entire channel has been rebranded to instead rant about cybersecurity and info dump about random hacking incidents I find out about. If you don't enjoy that type of stuff, then you are free to unsubscribe. Admitting that they do still in fact take your information in incognito mode in 2024, and the fact that their applications gobble up storage and basically make browsing the web a living purgatory, Google is obviously not as good as a search engine as it was years ago. And the problem with that is that there really aren't any alternatives for you to go with. Opera GX is many people's favorite engine, but it takes a whole plethora of data from its users, and is often thought as untrustworthy from a good minority of its users. Firefox is alright, but until it drops its anti-AI features, it's a pretty bare-bones search engine. Bing is just Bing. I really don't need to explain the whole problem with it. The only reason why you use Bing is because you're too lazy to use another search engine. But I guess the news feature is pretty good. It's pretty useful. But recently, the decisions that Google have been making are actually pretty decent. Except for the occasional fuck-up here and there, Google Gemini is so much better than it used to be. When its original drop was literally telling students to kill itself, how did we forget about that? And now their newest and potentially greatest decision yet, AI deepfake protection. Basically, ever since the dawn of time, there have been gooners, and with gooners come not safe for work content. And with not safe for work content comes AI generated deepfakes. This has been such a large problem with the sheer amount of people generating pretty explicit imagery of celebrities, random people, or even children, Grok being the main culprit of a lot of this type of stuff. But on February 10th, 2026, Google has shown off an update that they're planning on dropping within the next couple days, where if you see an AI deepfake of you or someone that you recognize, you are allowed to report and most likely remove the search result, meaning that anyone who's looking for that image cannot view it, possibly forever. This is a feature that they have been planning for years, and I'm personally all for this update. It really feels like this is the first AI privacy feature made by a large, known as greedy company that doesn't feel like a horrible decision. Roblox's AI face scanning being more than likely a huge privacy risk, especially with their policy of not removing images until 30 days after the verification, and Discord being under hot water for enforcing AI verifications despite them literally having a huge data breach a few months ago for this exact same reason. It really feels like Google, an already previously infamous company, is making some good decisions. To go on the specifics of this new update, this will also provide safeguards that will filter out any results that relate to these type of images and similar searches. Meaning that if you decide to put in safeguards on your account, it'll make it so you and possibly anyone else won't be able to see any explicit results relating to your personal information. You'll also be allowed to select multiple images, so you won't have to go through the whole tedious process that is reporting every image you see for the exact same reason and possibly spend hours of your life that you could spend doing literally anything else. You could input some of your information in these reports, so the AI will automatically skim through every search result to see if there is any other deepfakes that you couldn't find yourself. This update will build onto the small range of protections that Google hadn't really been working on for the victims of this type of content. Along with the new update, there is an update to the Results About You feature as well, that Google just released an article about, where you put your information in, and if the case where your information ends up getting leaked, Google will notify you and inform you of actions that can be taken, such as requesting a removal or mark it as reviewed. Overall, unless Google somehow does an insane and crazy fuck-up from here, I can really see Google coming back to be a really good competitor for best search engine. Despite me not really knowing the accuracy of the specific Gemini family LLM that they'll be using, this will hopefully be one step closer to removing the whole AI deepfake problem off of Google, and hopefully it's one step closer to also just removing them in general, though it's more it's more hope than not. So, that's about it. I'll inform of more updates to this if anything else releases about it. So, bye.